You mentioned, Rav, previously that 6 months ago you told us about the situation the state of Israel will go into, and you also said now that in order to come out of this state, Israel has to think about the world, that it will be cured. What is this pure desire when we think about the world being cured?
Even if we don't have a clean, pure desire, we have to understand that it depends on us. We have to accept it this way, that everything that happens in the world happens because of us, because of our fault, because we are a collection of the nations of the world, those nations who received, those people from the nations of the world who were the first to receive a drive from the Creator, so that through them the light will shine onto the rest of humanity. We are like, we are the pioneers that should do it, the group of pioneers that should do it. It's the same as how we emerged, came out of Babylon, and whether we want to or not, we are doing the same thing. So we have to try to be like that. And those who connect to us after Babylon, by all means, because in the end, we will all have to come to it.
We see that both for the personal person and also the way we see it in the state of Israel. When a person or a state is concerned about itself, how can we?
It will not be able to get out of these troubles. This is what we have to explain and advertise. It won't be able to get out of these troubles. There will be worse troubles. Really, it will be a whole lot of trouble within Israel, on the borders, everywhere. We will come to a state where the whole world gathers around us and wants to swallow us. It is written about it, about what's written. This is what's written about the end of days. And of course, we will respond to it with the upper force. But at what difficulty, at what drama, what efforts, spiritual efforts, that we'll be able to attain there and operate. It's a big problem. For now, while we are not really making our vocation known and why the people of Israel is suffering, I wouldn't press on dissemination. I wouldn't press on dissemination half a year ago because it still wasn't clear that we are in big trouble with the pandemic. I just said that it would happen in 6 months. But now that we can see that we are in the worst state in the world, so now we can make this information known, why we are in the worst state, why it won't be better. You can make every effort and look and put all the intellect, understanding, brains that you have in the state of Israel, and you won't get the good results. But only by causing some connection, avut, anything toward it. Only in this way will you begin to find success in your existence and strength in your existence in order to advertise even more and correct even more. It will succeed only in that direction. We shouldn't dream about being able to go back to the previous states. There is no going back. I think the world is beginning to understand that there is no going back, only forward to the next state. And that next state is either through terrible wars, even a third world war, but still toward connection. This is what we have to explain. And it's the law of nature. There's nothing you can do here.
What is that? For a person to understand that the law is, instead of engaging in your own problems, if you want to save your own problems, make an effort to solve others' problems?
Yes, otherwise you are not solving your personal problems, because it all becomes a sphere, an integral system, and you can't say, no, I'm just working out my own problem, leave me alone, I don't care, I'm going to some place in the world, I want to disconnect from everyone. You won't be able to disconnect, because the general upper force is operating on all of humanity already. It's covering us from above. Understand? So if not through the coronavirus, you'll have something else. I heard that in China there was this bubonic plague or something, they discovered it. So they want to close up a whole county. It will be the common body of humanity that's finding in all kinds of places such terrible phenomena that we will not know how to keep it alive. It's a body that's rotting, decaying, disintegrating, body meaning all of humanity. Only we can bring reforming light and heal humanity. If we don't do it, then it'll all fall on us. It will come back to us in the opposite way.